KDSR Demos. You're listening to FooBar Weekly on KDSR Demo Spin Radio, brought to you by ARC Network Live 365, the station where everyone deserves to be heard. The following program contains strong language and adult content. Listener discretion is advised. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
The fucking thing does suck. It always sucks. I'm hoping tomorrow that the thing doesn't suck, but we'll talk about that a little later. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. FooBar Weekly Show. Today is Tuesday, the 26th of May, 2020. It's pretty sad that I almost forgot today's day because today's little Roger's birthday.
Happy birthday, little Raj.
Happy birthday, little Raj. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Miss Nikole Raven. Actually, you know what? I'm not even sure if this is the right. I gotta look. If I point this way, I think she's on the other. I think well, see, I'm pointing towards you on this, but I think on the actual live feed. Hang on.
No, you're pointing towards me if you do that.
On the live feed or on no?
Yeah, I have the live feed next to me.
Like the YouTube feed?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're looking at the because.
No,
oh no,
I
pointed right. Okay.
Yeah, I have YouTube on my phone right next to me. I always have it because I like looking.
I'm like on because it's delayed. It's fucking delayed. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Nikole.
Hey.
Nikole was a hero this week. She was an absolute hero. She saved a life, and she saved an adorable life, people. And this is very important. Nikole, please tell us what you did.
I took care of a bat for the night.
Like bat shit, any old dirty, no?
No, like an actual
Batman?
little flying mammal. A little flying mammal.
You weren't afraid it was going to turn into Dracula?
No, today's Dracula Day. Did you know that? That's today's holiday. Today's Dracula Day.
Today? Like what makes it Dracula Day though?
It was the day that one of the first Dracula movies premiered in theaters a long time ago.
Was it the only vampire movie that matters?
Yes.
The Bela Lugosi version?
Probably, yeah.
I am Dracula.
Let's see. I don't remember why today's Dracula Day. I'm going to do my research real quick.
I am Count Chocula. Blah, blah, blah.
The Google.
Ask the Google. Consult the Google. But today's Roger's birthday, and we always talk about birthdays, and what birthdays are the day of the show. Raj he shares his birthday with some very important people. He shares his birthday today. Happy birthday, Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, Stevie Nicks.
Happy birthday, Hank Williams Jr.
Who's that? I don't know who that is.
Country singer.
Oh, okay.
Seriously, you don't know who Hank Williams Jr. is?
Sorry.
For the longest time, he sang the Monday Night Football theme song. No?
No.
Family tradition. Why do you drink? Why do you roll smoke? No?
No, sir. No, sir.
How about another person whose birthday is today? Chris Roach from Long Island comedian. He was on Everybody Hates. Well, not Everybody Hates. Kevin Can Wait with Kevin James. And another famous birthday today, a prominent film actor named Dick Nasty.
Dick Nasty?
Yeah, he's a porn star.
Oh, okay. I have some other
Happy birthday, Dick Nasty. We'll go over those. I just wanted to point out those significant ones. Stevie Nicks, Hank Williams Jr., Dick Nasty.
You know who else's birthday it is? I don't know.
Little Rogers?
Yeah, well, of course, Little Rogers' birthday.
Hey!
What else? We have here Lauryn Hill.
Oh, nice.
Lenny Kravitz.
Oh.
Miles Davis.
Ooh, cool as fuck.
Yeah. John Wayne.
Duke.
Who's cooler, John Wayne or Miles Davis?
I'm gonna go with Miles Davis, just because the blues are just fucking cool.
Okay. And
But
last one I have is
who was more
sorry.
badass? Who was more badass? John Wayne.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Lisa Miles Davis, Pilgrim.
And my and Helena Bonham Carter. Lovely actress.
Nice.
Yeah, that's all I got for birthday.
Mrs. Tim Burton. Are they still married? I don't even know.
No.
Oh, they're not.
No.
I don't keep up with this shit.
And Peggy Lee too, who was another actress.
Nice.
No, they're not married. They make better co-workers than husband and wife, apparently.
Oh. Well. All right then.
Yeah, good for him. She's the one who kept him dark, and then he started making weird normal movies after they split up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what's new with you? What's new in the world of Raj and Raj?
Not a whole lot. I want to talk about you saving the bat, saving Dracula, blah blah blah.
So
what happened? Take us through your crazy, insane rescue of said small flying mammal.
I mean, it wasn't like that insane.
Talk it up.
Talk it up. Okay. No, John had posted that he found a baby bat in front of his house. And
I gotta be honest, I watched because he went live, and I watched it after the fact. I thought the thing was fucking dead at first because he like flips it over, it doesn't move.
And so I said I'll go get it. So then I went to go get it, and with the help of Kayla and Dane. Well, they didn't help me go get it, but they gave me a little hamster cage type situation, like a little transport cage. Then I went there with a towel and I scooped it up and took it home. And he was very tiny. He was very, very tiny. He was no longer than probably like 1.5 inches, 2 inches at max.
So it was definitely a baby.
Well, I found out later he wasn't a baby. He's just very tiny. It's just that species is very tiny.
Oh.
But he wasn't happy. So he probably fell off the tree because it was very windy and rainy last night. Probably bumped his head and decided to take a nap. But I took him home and I gave him 3 drops of watered down milk and let him snuggle up in the blanket or the towel and with some water on the side. And he slept it off for the night. And then this morning, Kayla and Dane had put me in contact with somebody who rescues bats to see what I should do. So I showed her some pictures and I told her what was going on. Oh, excuse me. And we determined that it was a North American evening bat. He's a little guy and he was full grown. He was a boy because they have a distinctively large baculum.
what is, I tried looking up what a baculum is, and all it came back with is some IT company. So what is a baculum?
A baculum is a bone in the body that some male mammals possess, and
I got a big one.
It is a penis bone. It is a bone that is inside the penis, which humans do not have, despite
So how did you tell that he had a large baculum?
Because I've had rodents before.
You're like, just get in there and let's.
I mean, not exactly. But I've had rodents before, and rodents have distinct testicles. And I looked at them, and then I looked on his little underside, and we saw his little tiny little dingling, and and yeah, so.
What's crazy was the bat was only 3 inches long, but he had a 10-inch cock. It was crazy. It was absolutely fucking crazy.
Yeah. So the bat rescue lady, she advised me to put him back outside in a tree. And I asked her, this is for anybody who finds a bat in the future, just, leave him there and he'll find his water and find his bugs. And I asked her, I'm like, but why can't I keep him? He's precious and he's so soft. And he was so soft. He was like softer than a rabbit. And yeah. And she's like, well, they're communal animals and they need their communities to survive.
Goddamn commies.
Right. Yeah. And so my plan originally was to buy some like mealworms and like squish them up and mix them with water and give them to him in a dropper, maybe with some bananas. But unfortunately, I didn't have the opportunity to do that. So I put him on the tree out back. I did. I named him Micro, which was short for Microchiprotera, which is the genus or the familia.
See, now bats. Here I was thinking that you named him after that little tiny town in, I think it's in Florida. Or is it in North Carolina? There's actually a town you drive through called Micro, and it's a really small town.
Well, I thought it was a play
Obviously.
on words. I thought it was kind of a play on words. You know, microchiprotera, microchip is tiny, micro, and I figured if I could keep him, I would just end up calling him, you know, Mikey.
I like how you Cuban up the Latin. Wait,
Why?
say the
Microchiprotera.
you even got the
Well, yeah, it's a Latin word.
I don't think they rolled R's in Latin. I don't
I don't know. I don't know.
remember.
Anybody?
I took Latin. But yeah.
Anybody who's out there, tell us why do Latins roll their R's?
Well, I mean,
I
it's
mean,
kind
I'm
of a dead language, so they really don't speak Latin anymore, except unless you go to church, then they do. But then they roll a little bit more than R's in that church.
but
altar boys.
Oh, but it's Dracula Day because a bunch of just throughout the years, this is the day that they release Dracula in horror movies a lot.
Okay.
So
Well, I mean, I'm so old. I remember when vampires sucked blood instead of dick. That's how old.
no sparkly vampires for you.
No. Vampires were pale white with dark red lips, and they did the. Yeah.
I want to suck your blood.
Yeah, not it's I want to suck your blood, not I want to suck your dick. You know, I don't remember Bela Lugosi saying that shit.
Oh, why not?
He was the only I mean, maybe he did. That's his own fucking business. I don't care. I don't judge. Although I will say one of my favorite movie clips of all time, and I talked about this last week, was Martin Landau playing Bela Lugosi in Ed Wood, which was a movie about the movie director Ed Wood. So it was an actor playing an actor in a movie about the making of a movie. It's like a whole lot of layers here. Yeah. But it's Martin Landau just saying, fuck you. Like he yelled, fuck you. And I got a 10-minute loop of just Martin Landau as Bela Lugosi saying, fuck you over and over again for 10 minutes. And it's my favorite thing.
I'm going to change my text message ringtone to Vincent Price's laugh in the Thriller music video. I'm gonna do.
I love that poem. You know, there's more to the poem
of the Thriller.
Yeah,
of Thriller. No,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, let me see. Actually, I want to see if I can pull it up because I think.
Oh, speaking of Michael Jackson, do you want to know a fun fact about today's date? In addition to what we were already talking about, today in 1994, Michael Jackson married Elvis's daughter, Lisa Marie Presley. So it was the king of pop marries the king of rock's daughter in 1994 today.
There you go.
Yeah.
See this? There was a whole, I mean, and it was very long. Add Vincent Price into here.
I wonder if Leela Bill is watching. I
haven't seen anybody pop up yet.
When she
nobody in the
up,
comments.
I wanna share a fun fact with Miss Leela Bell when she logs in about today's date. So if she doesn't log in, I'll say it anyway, but I was gonna wait.
There is a video that has the full lyric. I just have the lyrics that actually made it to the record, but there's a whole bigger one, like a whole longer. Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. It's just, his voice is just so fucking awesome. I can't even do it justice. I suck.
Oh, Akita is here.
Oh, hi.
Okay, fun fact specifically.
Oh, and my sister, what's up, bitches? And and Akita, you're not included in that.
This fun fact this fun fact is dedicated to Akita.
Okay.
Today is World Redhead Day.
Fire crotches unite!
Only 2% of people have red hair.
Nice.
Yeah, so she's a very unique individual.
My favorite Disney princess has red hair. Do the drapes match the cloaca?
I don't. Probably not.
Yeah,
In
probably.
that-
That's
in
scales.
her-
I mean, I wonder if she got like a red triangle of scales though around the cloaca. This
A
is the
red
fucked
tri-
up shit I think about. I mean, I got problems.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. I understand.
My voice is a little rough. So big thing I'm doing because today's Roger's birthday, and I like doing. I'm not really a material person. I'd rather do fun things and weird things and have experiences than trinkets, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to instill that in my child. So tomorrow, me and little Raj are going to drive to the East Coast, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we are going to watch the SpaceX Dragon 2 mission launching from Kennedy Space Center, Launch Complex 39A tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. I am so there's very little I geek out about, but the space program is truly one of the things I fucking geek out about. I mean, Cynthia's watching. When I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronaut. Then we found out I was retarded, so retarded people can't be astronauts. So they did send that monkey into space, though. So I thought I had a chance, but it figured it was like 30, 40 years too late at that point. But what's really cool about tomorrow, if you don't follow the current space program in this country, in 2011, we launched the last space shuttle. So if you haven't been paying attention, we have not launched a space shuttle or humans into space from American soil since 2011. 9 whole years we've gone relying on the fucking Russians. And elongated muskrat said, no, fuck that shit. SpaceX gonna send people up. So it really wasn't that easy, actually.
Do you want some
Akita,
NASA?
you going to the launch too? Where you got? Well, text me, call me. Let me know where you guys are. Let me know where you guys are going. I'm not gonna. I don't want to say where we're gonna go because then like millions of people are gonna show up asking for autographs and trying to touch my penis and stuff. We can't have that. We cannot have that. So text me later. Let me know where you guys are going to be, and if you're going to be in the same general area, we'll link up and hang out. We're going ass early. Like I heard that it's going, that it's going to be crowded. It is a historic launch. Like I said, first time we're launching human beings into space since 2011, and it's really I'm fucking excited. Like so fucking excited. What surprised the shit out of me was when I found out or realized that this is only the 5th rocket that we're sending people into space with. It's only number 5. Isn't that crazy? You figure there'd be more, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there was Mercury, Gemini, Apollo, the space shuttle, and now SpaceX's Dragon.
But there was a couple of different Apollos.
Yeah, but Apollo was the same. It was the Saturn V rocket.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
That we actually launched people in was the Saturn rocket. So
You
the
wanna
Saturn
know
rocket, the Mercury Redstone, and this is the 5th manned capsule we're sending up. So very excited about that.
You want some NASA fun fact for today?
Give me a NASA fun fact.
Today, in 1969, Apollo 10 returned from space, returned to Earth after a successful 8-day test mission where they tested all of the components that were needed for the moon landing later that year.
And the next mission that took off was Apollo 11.
Yep, that's correct. That's correct. 1969.
69.
69.
And actually, this is now the end of May. They took off, what was it? July, the end of July, something like that.
I
Can't remember the
think
exact
so.
date. It was like July or August. So it wasn't that far. But SpaceX, if you've been paying attention, like SpaceX has been fucking launching rockets upon rockets upon rockets. The Dragon 9 rocket that they're sending up, or Falcon 9 rocket that they're sending up, they've sent tons of these up into space, and it's incredibly safe. It's incredibly reliable. They ran a demo mission with this Dragon capsule where they actually launched one empty with a dummy in it, sent it to the ISS with a whole bunch of shit, sent it back. It landed no problem. They did a fire test of the escape pod back in March, And that was beautiful. That was actually cool. I didn't go to that. I wanted to, but I was busy. They launched the rocket, hit the escape thing, so the capsule took off the rocket, and then they blew the fucking rocket up. So fucking badass. So bad. But it's crazy how I fucking geek out. Crazy. I've been watching like videos and shit. Did you know that there is a beach house? There's an astronaut beach house at Cape Canaveral. Astronauts got their own beach house.
I want to stay there. I know I can't because I'm not an astronaut.
Well,
but
it's
that'd be
officially
cool.
called the Kennedy Space Center, Cape Canaveral Conference Center. It's a fucking beach house. When they annexed the land, there was actually a whole neighborhood that they took over, and they knocked everything down except this one house. And the astronauts before launch go there with their families and relax. And it's right between pads 40 and 41 at Canaveral Air Force Station.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Cool.
So much history. That's the thing. To me, it's like it's a huge piece of modern American history. And a big chunk of, I mean, through my entire life, I was born before the first space shuttle launched. So the space shuttle was through my whole life. And yeah, I'm very excited. In case you didn't tell, I'm fucking excited. I think I'm more excited than Raj. Like we're gonna pack coolers and sandwiches, and it's just gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time.
Good. I hope that it's a memorable experience, a positive, memorable experience.
Have you ever seen me geek out about anything else like this before?
No, I don't think so. Not really. I mean, I know that you geek out over stuff, but I know you get really passionate and really excited about certain topics.
Like what? What else do I get this what else do I go this nuts about? Like I inside looking out, it's not the same.
You get excited about like comedy history and stuff.
Well, I get history. That's the key, is history.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love history. I love learning the cool, important shit that already happened, and especially the mistakes we made that already happened, so we don't fuck up again. Except for my own personal life, I find the mistakes and I fucking make those repeatedly. I'm so good at fucking up. It's amazing.
They're fun. They're fun to make. Mistakes are fun to make sometimes.
That's true. But I truly geek out about this, and I just love it. I love space so much. I love rock. You know what it is? I like seeing shit just make noise and throw fire, and giant tampons flying at 19,000 miles an hour, circling the earth.
I like that.
These are a few of my favorite things,
Fire and speed and explosions and beaches.
It's funny you sing that song. So yesterday, because Roger's turning 15, I figure I'm going to introduce him to some shit that I listened to when I was 15. So are you familiar, Nikole, with a comedian / musician named John Valby?
No.
Dr. Dirty.
No.
He performs around here every now and again. And you sing, these are a few of my favorite things. That's one of his songs. Blowjobs and handjobs and licking clitoris. It's funny.
I like that song. I want to write my own version of it.
Like a dirty version, or
like any version? Be it's sushi and puppies and kitty cat kisses. I don't know.
Do it. Fuck it, do it. I mean, it can't be as bad as the 12 Days of Christmas. I mean, come on.
Oh, I might have to have like different chapters, different verses of a song for different parts of my life that I like different things in.
Okay.
So, yeah. Do you have another topic that you want to talk about? Do you want to keep talking about space?
I was hoping to have more people listen. I kind of fucked up today. Originally, we were going to do this show at, I was going to talk about the dinner I cooked. We were going to originally do the show at the office, but today's little Roger's birthday, and he wanted a special meal, and he wanted a certain kind of cake, and I fucked them both up, and we didn't get to have cake yet. The whole idea was to have cake, and then me leave, go to the office, and do the show. But in typical me fashion, I fucking shit the bed. But I did want to talk about the dinner I made. Raj wanted something specific. So I'll take you through what happened.
Take me through it.
I'll take you through it. So a few days ago, let me just send this. A few days ago, we were watching some YouTube videos, as we normally do. And I came across this YouTube channel of a dude named Sam the Cooking Guy.
Okay.
That's what it's called, Sam the Cooking Guy. and Sam cooks. He's a guy that cooks, and he was making what he called the best barbecue pork sandwich ever.
Okay.
And I'm looking at it, and it looks so good. My wife's like, I have to have that. You got to make that. So this past Saturday night, I made the barbecue pork, and it was pork shoulder marinated in char siu with a broccoli slaw on what the hell kind of bread? He did his on ciabatta. I couldn't find good ciabatta, so I did it on some brioche with garlic butter toast on it. It was delicious. So I made that, but Raj was watching some of his other videos, and he made a chicken bacon ranch sandwich.
Okay.
And it was blackened chicken with a homemade ranch and garlic butter toast. And he wanted me to make that today. And, today was a little nutty. So by the time we got all the groceries home, it was kind of too late. So I still had to bake a cake. He wanted a pineapple upside down cake, which I fucked up. I forgot to put the pineapple juice in the batter as I'm pouring the batter into the pot, into the baking dish with the pineapples already laid. So I couldn't take it back out. So I fucked that up, and then dinner just took way longer. I literally came from the dinner table to the booth. There was nothing in between. Actually, no, I peed in between. But this guy, Sam, the cooking guy, he cooks so much good shit. He's funny. He curses.
I want to call him Sam the Cooking Man. Sam the Cooking Man.
Not Sam the Butcher who delivers meat to Alice. No.
What?
Brady Bunch. You ever watched the Brady Bunch?
Yeah, I did, but I don't know about
Alice.
Sam.
Alice was the maid. Sam was the butcher, and he would deliver meat. He would deliver that meat right to Alice, right in there.
Oh. No. I know that there was a lot of shady shit that happened in the Brady Bunch, like behind the scenes. So
fucking, I'm looking. I missed the comments. Ron put up the second next line of that blowjobs and handjobs and licking clitoris, watching my grandmother douche with Lavoris. You should do a history segment. I always thought history was so boring in school, but as an adult, when I've heard stuff other people talk about history, I think it's interesting and want to hear more stories from history rather than a bullet list of important names and dates. Okay. Funny history with Roger. You know what? That would work. I could do that. I mean, there's been a few that have come out with that, like drunk history was one. What the fuck? There was just a series that they did. Was it Netflix or somebody did it, like a funny comedy series where, involving history, where they had Gilbert Gottfried dressed up as Hitler and shit like I gotta remember what the hell the name was. That was fucking funny. Was it like
I like history
on trial? The fuck?
I like history. I got a couple of like random history facts too if Akita wants me to like rattle some off, including one very long important Florida man story. Not long, but there's a Florida man story that happened that I want to talk about today later.
You said it's important. I mean, it's got to be some shit if it's an important Florida man story. Is it like a cautionary tale? Like, don't do what this methed out motherfucker did.
This Florida man story went international, and most Florida man stories don't. This had a worldwide coverage. Was
this the one? Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but I'm high on bath salts. Your face looks tasty.
Yes. Yes.
It was the one where the homeless guy ate the guy's face?
Yes, but you know what? There's some details that I want to talk about real quick about that. Not real quick, but when you want to dedicate some time to it, I want to talk about Florida man. This specific Florida man story. Because I learned something about Florida man today. This specific Florida man. He wasn't high on bath salts.
He wasn't?
No. His toxicology.
Was he having a psychotic break?
They don't really know why. Because his autopsy toxicology report came back as only having marijuana in his system.
Let me tell you, it had to be something else because nobody on weed. Well, you know what? Actually, he could have been getting the munchies so bad, dude's fucking head looked like a fucking burrito. I mean, you don't know.
I decided. So when I look up my information for the show, and I always type in Florida man plus today's date, and I was so excited this story came up because I learned some things about it. Now, first of all, Rudy Eugene, which was the Miami zombie, and I remember very distinctly when this happened, and I was living in South Florida as well. And
Okay.
Rudy Eugene was 31 years old, and he was divorced. He worked at a car wash. He played high school football. He had a history of petty crimes, you know, shoplifting and whatever, small things. But most recent was 3 years earlier to that, in 2009. In the morning of May 26th, 2012, Rudy Eugene attended Miami's Urban Beach Week, but he only spent about 30 or 40 minutes there. He was caught on video on a security camera, so they could confirm that he was there. And he ended up leaving the event early, around noon. I guess he got bored. He started walking on the MacArthur Causeway on foot, and he left his vehicle in the car, or he left his vehicle at the event. And he ran into a homeless man whose name was Ronald. Oops, no, his name was
Ronald Oops. That's a weird name.
No, Popo. Popo was his last name.
Fuck the Popo.
And they
Hope
knew
nobody
each
heard
other. No, you're fine. They knew each other because Rudy Eugene, the Miami zombie, used to volunteer at a homeless shelter, and so they had only met once or twice. And when police searched Eugene's truck, they found a Bible and 5 bottles of water that had been recently consumed, and that's it. And so Mr. Eugene started walking on the highway, and he was slowly removing his clothes piece by piece when he found Mr. Popo, the homeless man, and he accused Popo of stealing his Bible. So he beat him, and he ended up removing his pants and then eating over 80% of his face from the beard up, including his left eye and a bunch of other really gruesome things. So
That's some nasty shit.
Oh, yeah. So then eventually, about 18 minutes later, and everything was caught. You can actually find this video on the internet. Everything was caught by the Miami Herald's security cameras, which point at the highway. And I remember one of my good friends who I used to dance with, she was a police officer dispatch, and she saw it happen from her office window.
Jesus.
Yeah. So so this went on for about 18 minutes, and a random cyclist stopped and tried to get him to stop, called the cops, and 18 minutes later, finally a cop showed up. He tried to encourage Mr. Eugene to stop, but he didn't, so he ended up shooting and killing him. Mr. Popo has survived the event. There has been, he had like 5 reconstructive surgeries on his face. He is left permanently blind, and he is allowed to stay at the medical facility where he underwent his reconstructive surgeries for life, free of charge. So his toxicology report showed that he only had marijuana in his system. He had some undigested pills in his stomach, but they had just recently been taken, and they said that it wasn't in the blood work, so it couldn't have it wasn't that had caused it. Other than that, yeah, he seemed like a pretty normal guy. Yeah, it is a significant story, and it's the only Florida man story, or unlike most Florida man stories, this one had international coverage. And of course,
well, yeah, I mean, it's not every day that a fucking homeless guy gets his face eaten off.
Yeah. And do you know that like 2 weeks later, I was bitten by a person?
Really?
Yeah, I was bitten by a person about 2 weeks later after that happened.
In a non-consensual event, I assume?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And I had to go to the hospital and get tested for tetanus and HIV.
I got
both of which I'm clear of. Yeah, you got your lady, your fake Jamaican lady.
Yeah, man. Well, the funniest part of that was you see which teeth she was missing and which ones were crooked, because I had a fucking imprint of her jaw. Ron says that Gilbert was Hitler on the Netflix historical roast series. That's what it was. They roasted historical figures, and Gilbert was played Hitler. And in his words, they had the most annoying Jew playing Hitler, which is accurate. I mean, I love Gilbert, but shit. He's such a nice guy. He's actually a really nice guy.
I'm Gilbert Godfrey. Sorry.
What's funny is that's not his voice. That's not his real voice.
He does stand up. Does he use his Iago voice, or does he?
He uses Iago. Iago is his performance voice. That is Gilbert Gottfried, the comedian.
That's annoying.
But Howard Stern played a clip of him leaving a message, and it's like, "Hi, Howard, it's Gilbert. Just wanted to confirm what," like, just very sweet and not. What time do I gotta call in? People's mouths are nasty. No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. That's
You don't know where mine's been. I don't even know where mine's been.
people's mouths are nasty. Yeah, people's mouths are nasty. People's mouths are nasty.
I still find it amazing that as a species, we will not eat a Dorito that fell on the floor, but after a night of drinking at the bar, we'll eat some random stranger's ass.
Speak for yourself. I believe in the 5-second rule unless the floor is actually really gross.
I believe in the 5-second rule unless you need to change that shit to the 7-second rule or even the 9-second rule.
I'm okay. Okay, so I'm really I will eat food that's fallen on the floor, but I'm kind of picky about it. Like, for example,
the floor is nasty.
Yeah,
or it
like
falls in something wet.
Yeah, like those things don't count. But like, okay, let's say, for example, I dropped a Cheeto on the floor, and my floor in my house is a tile. So not a tile, is tile. I'd be like, okay, what happened? And I eat it. If I dropped a meatball on the floor, I would probably not eat it because it's sticky and like dust or hair, dog hair, whatever could stick to it.
That's when you rinse it off and stick it back in the sauce.
I mean, I guess.
Come on, a little floor spice makes everything nice.
Little dirt don't hurt, as they say.
That's it. It's a little crunch and flavor.
Oh, speaking of spaghetti, Florida man attacks mom with bowl of spaghetti because there were demons in his head.
The demons are touching my spaghetti.
That's literally all I could find about that story is just the headline. I tried doing a little bit more research and I couldn't find anything. So that's all you got. You got the headline of Florida man attacks mom with bowl of spaghetti because there were demons in his head. Typical Florida man.
All right. Yeah. that's like a kind of a metal song though. That's like part suicidal tendencies and all I wanted was a Pepsi. All I wanted was a bowl of chili.
All I wanted was a bowl of chili. But there were demons in my head.
He posted something and said, "What's the difference between venom?" Science teacher asked, "What's the difference between venom and poison?" And the kid answers, "Venom is black metal and poison is glam metal."
I love it. That's really funny. Do you want to know about some holidays today? And I have some today in history too. I actually have a lot of stuff for today if you want to just keep going with that.
Fuck, let's keep going.
All right. Happy National Blueberry Cheesecake Day.
Ooh, I like blueberries.
I like blueberries. I like how your voice just changed dramatically within those two sentences. Because I thought for a moment, I thought there was another child in the room.
I like the berries. The blueberries.
Hire Roger's big mouth for voice acting work. What's the name? That's your website, right? Roger's Big Mouth.
It is, but it's going to be out of service for a little while I get up the funds to pay for the re-upping the $500 that they want me to for web hosting.
Contact Roger Nelson on Facebook where messaging is free.
Yes. Yeah. Send me a message. Smoke signals. RealRogerNelson@gmail.com. You can also fucking Cash App and Venmo to that fucking address. PayPal there too.
PayPal, foodbarweekly.com or whatever his personal. This is me sending smoke signals, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I
was waiting for the bottom of the shirt to come up. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Do not do that.
I don't want to be demonetized. Not today, sir.
We're not monetized. I say fuck too much to be monetized.
I don't want to get kicked off the internet because of me. I mean, today is National Cherry Dessert Day.
Ooh, I did put cherries in the pineapple upside down cake.
Yeah, you just need like one, right, in the pineapple, or like one for each pineapple or whatever.
No, I put one in each pineapple and then one between each pineapple. So I pretty much used a whole fucking jar of maraschino cherries. I'm fat as fuck. Right,
that's cool. I like pineapple. National Paper Airplane Day.
Ooh, nice. You know what? One of the funnest things I ever did was I was working at a high rise in downtown Tampa, big 21-story building. I made a paper airplane, went up to the roof and threw the paper airplane off the roof 200 feet up. I mean, it fucking went far.
That's so like indie film. You should have
thrown a paper airplane off?
Off
I
the
don't have
roof,
I
yeah.
don't have a douche mustache, you know? Like fucking-
I didn't say hipster. I said indie film.
yeah, but the same shit. Like fucking hipsters do. Whatevs.
World Lindy Hop Day. You want to dance?
Oh shit, Lindis.
Today, or we have a couple of weekly holidays, like the week of celebration observances.
All right, what do we got?
So we have 4. Week of solidarity with people of non-self-governing territories.
That's a little wordy.
Yes, I know, but it's specific. So
Okay.
our hearts are with you, with all the people. That sounded sarcastic, but like seriously,
Damn
all
the
the
man,
people
save
who,
the empire.
yeah. American Mental Health Week. So
isn't May Mental Health Month?
I think so, maybe, but it's American. Maybe it's Mental Health Month, but American Mental Health Week.
So you got a month and a week.
I mean,
that's a lot of time.
Go hug your therapist, I guess.
The rapist?
I love you, Roger. The therapist.
I'm not a fucking therapist. Do not be taking any advice that doesn't relate to cooking or fixing automobiles from me. If it doesn't involve those two things, do not take any advice I give you, unless I specifically say this is actually true and accurate. Otherwise, just fucking don't, because I'm gonna fuck your shit up. I will fuck your life up remotely without even knowing. Like all of a sudden, it's like my life is fucked up. Thanks, Raj. That's what's gonna happen. I am not a fucking role model.
Whoa.
Anyway, I'm so tired. Like it's been like a week from hell, and today's Tuesday.
Okay,
so
okay.
I'm not even drunk. I'm drinking water. All right, I'm farting up a shitstorm, and I'm in this fucking this booth with no ventilation. So that's probably why I'm a little delirious. The oxygen level probably a little bit low.
Are you getting bored at home? Are your kids getting bored at home?
Yeah.
It's backyard games week.
Yay! You know what games we played in the backyard this weekend?
What?
We played mow the weeds and pick up the trash and try and get this shithole of a backyard cleaned up and presentable so we can go in the fucking pool and not have it looking like a swamp. They were fun games.
You should get a backyard game to motivate you to maintain the yard, like in the pool at least, like horseshoe or like ring toss.
What's a fun game? You know what's a fun game to play?
What?
Who's in my mouth? Fun game.
I'm not a fan. Okay, last one. National Spelling Bee Week. National Spelling Bee Week.
You know what the two best moments, and I don't remember what the first word was, but there was a kid in the spelling bee years ago, and the way they spelt the word, it was like and just doing that. And the other one was this really, I mean, the kid looked super nerdy, but the word he had to spell was iridocyclitis. But the way he said it was like iridocyclitis. It was creepy. So look that up, iridocyclitis spelling bee. It's
sounds like a Harry Potter word.
It's actually not. It's some sort of a condition involving the eye.
Oh,
but just the way he says it, it's like iridocyclitis.
Iridocyclitis.
It was like a little. I think the kid was, I guess East Asian, possibly Indian, like Indian, of that descent. But the way he said it and with the accent, iridocyclitis, was scary. Ron says, views expressed on FUBAR are merely opinions and should not be considered advice in any way. Do not try this at home. We're professionals because we get paid for this.
What? Oh, okay. That was your Syria. Okay.
Yeah, we don't actually get paid for this. We get paid in exposure and likes. So like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, share us.
If you don't do that, then you're probably worse than Hitler. What do you think of that?
Iridocyclitis. Inflammation of the iris and the ciliary body.
Now you went totally British. This kid went iridocyclitis, and now we're like, oh, crikey. I'm sorry, I can't say crikey, Manny.
Today, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to bring up the fact that today, sir,
Today, give it to me.
Australia. Wait, shit. Today
I did
in
that before.
Australia in 1998 was the first National Sorry Day in Australia.
Sorry, you fucking tosser.
Inflammation. What is Kiliari body?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll stop with the British accent. Sorry.
Once a jolly swagman came upon a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree. And he laughed. I can't remember. And he laughed as he, I don't know. I can't remember the next fucking line. Hey, Ron, you're good with following up the line. I can't remember. What's the next line of Waltz and Matilda? Reminds me of Python's medical love song. Yes. Jessica gives us laughy faces. Michelle gives us laughy faces. I like it.
He sounds
Trent's
like
giving
Hellraiser.
us cheesecake with cherries. What's that?
Trent says he sounds like Hellraiser. Is he talking about you? Are you Hellraiser?
I think he's talking about the kid saying iridocyclitis.
Oh. Oh. Iridocyclitis. I should know about that because I studied about xeroderma pigmentosum, and that's a side effect of xeroderma pigmentosum.
The next line, Ron, was, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You'll come waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. You'll come waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You'll come waltzing Matilda with me. I when I first heard that song, like the first time I recognized the lyrics to that song, I thought waltzing Matilda was like a euphemism for jerking off. Yeah, I'm gonna go back home and fucking waltz Matilda.
Did you see my Facebook status about cornbread?
Something about what that you don't put sugar in your cornbread.
Somebody said to me, they're like, I like a little sugar in my cornbread. And I was like, and I just stopped and I was like, that should be a euphemism for something, but I don't think it is. So,
I actually do like sugar in my cornbread, and I don't care if it's not authentically Southern to put sugar in your cornbread. Suck my dick. It tastes delicious. I have diabetes. Fuck off.
I like sugar, a little sugar in my cornbread too. I don't know. I feel like that's like, I've heard he's got a little sugar in him. He's got a little sweetness in his step as a euphemism for being a
Somebody
homosexual.
pissed in her Wheaties this morning. I get it.
Oh, I was to say, well, he's got a little sugar in him is usually a euphemism for being gay.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's a little sideways, you know. He's a little funny.
He's a little light in the loafers. No, I'm kidding.
Light in the loafers. He's different, you know.
I in one of my LGBTQ forums. Hey,
what?
We are Orlando. Anyway, they said something like, they were talking about euphemism and phrases that straight people use to indicate gay without saying gay. And there were some funny ones in there, like their roommates was one of them, with like quotations.
Their cousins. Well, that one only applies in West Virginia.
Security officer Michelle Calano says, I love sugar or honey in cornbread. So let's see.
I like the cornbread I make, which is like spoon bread, and it's delicious, and you've had some.
Oh, that was so good. That was so
yeah.
good.
It immediately reminded me of Nina Simone, Need a Little Sugar in My Bowl. Oh, shit. You know what? That reminds me. Speaking of sugar, this just completely off topic, but there's a YouTube channel that I saw a couple episodes. He's a musician, and I shit you not, when he timed it out, it was fucking perfect. A spoonful of sugar from Mary Poppins times out to the Imperial March from fucking Star Wars. Take some medicine and go down. It's like the key is different and the tempo is different, but somebody actually fixed it, adjusted it, and it fucking lines up. Beat for beat, lines up.
I like that. Mary Poppins is a Star Wars fan.
There you go. Or at least the Sherman brothers were, because they're the ones that wrote it.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense. That makes more sense.
Pour some sugar on me.
That song. Oh no, I was thinking of Cherry Pie. The movie, the song.
She's my cherry pie.
Before we get flags for copyright infringement, that
Oh
song
no, I
is
can
one of the.
sing it. I can sing it. We can't play the actual pre-recorded.
That song has one of the most expensive royalties in music history.
Why is that?
I don't know why. It just does because they were all like,
To license that song cost the most.
yes.
Crazy.
It was featured for about 5 seconds in the movie Bring It On, the cheerleading movie, and it cost them like literally like a quarter of their budget just to have that song in there.
Well, I guess when you're a one-hit wonder, but you had like a really good one hit, you could charge a premium because not like anybody else is licensing any of their other songs. I can't even think of another song they did. That was that Warrant or Great? That was Warrant.
Yes, Warrant.
Okay, yeah. Great White was Once Bitten.
Oh yeah. I was like, what are you talking about?
The guitarist for that band died in a fire.
That sucks.
He was wearing charcoal pants and a blazer. It's fucking horrible. Like it's terrible that you'd even laugh at that. Like,
That's
what
a
the
good
hell's
joke.
wrong with you?
That's a good joke. It's a pun.
I'm just fucking with you. Very punny.
It's a pun. It's a punny.
Fucking horrible. It's dark as shit.
Some other music history. Today in 1967, the Beatles released Sgt. Pepper and the Lonely Hearts Club.
Nice.
Yeah.
We need to recognize a recent passing that occurred. Little Richard passed away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When?
A couple days ago. Like I didn't even know he was still alive. That's what.
Oh, that's sad. I like Little Richard.
But one thing I found out that I never knew was how much of an influence on the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, like not just an influence, like how he actually helped them. Like the Beatles opened up for him.
Do you know where he got his look from?
Drag queens? No, somebody actually.
That too.
Who was
I
it?
posted about it the other day. It was.
It's probably
I'm
where
going to get his name wrong. So, hold on. I just want to make sure. There was a singer-songwriter that, oh my gosh. There's a singer-songwriter who was gay at the time, which at the time was a really big deal. So he wasn't as popular, but he was known for his very flamboyant style. I can't spell it right. There we go. Okay. Equestria. Nope. That's not right either. Dang it. Anyway, I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, so Little Richard got his style and from this gentleman who was very flamboyant in his style back in the day. But the record companies didn't like him because they still, to this day, believe sex sells. And that went both ways in that it does. But they were like, women wanted to buy records from attainable musicians, if you will, because they thought that the women were the one who were buying the more records. So
I get it.
So yeah, but which isn't necessarily true these days. But that's a different story.
Well, yeah, that's a completely other story. What else you have to talk about?
Let's see. Another couple of other today in history things. British Guyana gains independence, becoming Guyana.
Nice.
In 1966.
Nice.
Yeah, so good for them and their independence. Today in 1998, maybe you'll appreciate this, maybe you won't, being from New York. In 1998, the Supreme Court declared Ellis Island, I quote, mostly in New Jersey, not New York.
I remember that.
So officially, that's what it says, is that it's mostly in New Jersey, not New York. As well as today in 1972, the Soviet Union and the United States signed the Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty.
Yep.
So thank you very much for not blowing us up. In 1968, in Iceland, traffic switched from driving on the left side to the right side overnight.
That probably fucked a lot of people up, and it's amazing that they still can't figure out which side of the road to drive on.
Today.
Well,
in
they went from the
sorry.
left side to the right side.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
They went from driving on the left side to driving on the right side, like the majority of the world does now.
Yes.
In 1970, the forgive me, I'm not Russian. Tupolev Tu-144 becomes the first commercial vehicle to exceed Mach 2.
Okay.
It's a Russian plane, which was
pronunciation
nicknamed
was pretty good, by the way.
Konkordsky, which was the predecessor to the Concorde. Thank
Yes.
you. And on top of that, my last fact for the day is that today in 1908, engineers make the first major oil discovery in the Middle East.
Nice.
Yeah. So those are my today in history facts. Learned something a little bit about Florida man, Florida history.
There you go.
And yeah, happy birthday and Florida man. A lot of cool stuff happened today, from my opinion.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So.
I think we're actually going to cut the show short tonight just because it's Roger's birthday and they're waiting on me to do cake.
You got it.
And I got to actually throw laundry in for tomorrow, but you know.
Okay.
Is there anything else you wanted to cover tonight?
No.
All right.
No.
One thing I will say, people, is tomorrow, if you're not doing anything at 4:30 in the afternoon, tune in to SpaceX's live feed and watch history happen. This is, again, the first time Americans are leaving the Earth from the United States soil since 2011 on a brand new machine, and it's going to be cool.
All right. What time was that again?
What's that?
What time was that again?
4:33 p.m. and 33 seconds Eastern time here in the United States.
Okay.
Is what time. But SpaceX has their live feed. They do a whole countdown. One thing that's cool, if you've never seen a video of a SpaceX rocket launching, SpaceX does this fucking cool thing. So the rocket takes off, and we'll use this as an example. It takes off, and then it does its roll, the pitch, so it can go around the Earth. So after it goes, this first stage separates off, and when they separate that first stage, the first stage flies back to not necessarily land, but to the surface of the Earth, and it lands upright on a drone ship, and the name of the drone ship is Of Course I Still Love You. That's the name of the boat. But they land their boosters upright on a ship, and it's fucking crazy how they do it. So watch it. There are previous launches on there, and you can see that. They launched Falcon Heavy, which has 3 boosters. They landed 2 of those back on Earth, back at Canaveral Air Force Station. They landed the 3rd one out in the ocean. So they do crazy shit. Definitely watch it, follow it. It's some amazing history. And to me, the space program is what made America fucking amazing through the late part of the 1900s, the mid to the late 1900s, was our space program. And that's what put us over on the Ruskies. So it means a lot to me personally. So that's how I'm doing it.
Awesome.
Your mom says, happy birthday to little Roger. I'll pass it along. He's sitting in the living room waiting for me to get off this so he can have some cake.
How old is he turning today?
15.
Oh, so
It's 15. No, he's not getting his learner's permit.
No, my nephew's birthday is today, who's also 15.
Nice. Is Raj your nephew?
No, his
Okay,
name is Ralphie. He might be 14. I feel like he's 15 though. But yeah, so shout out to my little nephew, Ralphie.
Happy birthday, Ralphie.
Who is 15, so he's not really
go.
little anymore. He's a teenager. He's a teenager now. He was my first nephew. He's my only boy nephew. I mean, I guess that's what a nephew is, but he's my only nephew as opposed to the other 2 nieces, I should say.
That's awesome. So I think we'll wrap it up here, kids. We'll keep it to an hour tonight because, like I said, I got a lot going on. Nikole, I appreciate everything you do for the show. Awesome.
No problem.
Awesome. I appreciate all of you listeners out there in listener land. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Nikole, where can they find you on social media?
Find me on Instagram primarily at Nikole_Raven, NIKOLE_Raven, RAVEN, like the bird. You can find me on Facebook by the same name. Like the bird. Bird is the word. You can find me on just find me on Instagram, and then that's where you're gonna find things. I will be bartending at a private party on Saturday in Tarpon Springs. I will be go-go dancing on the internet whenever. And
Follow her and pay attention, kids. It's actually pretty cool what they're doing with the dancing.
yeah, and then the other thing is if you need catering for your company, hit me up. We got perfect time, homemade food, really good people, locally made, doing good stuff for the community. So hit
There
me
you
up if
go.
you need like catering needs for your company or whatever.
Your mom
party.
says, this is little Roger's quinceañero. Does that mean I got to make him wear high heels for the first time? Is that like one of the things?
No.
Because I'll fucking do it.
Oh, my nephew is 14, so he's 1 year younger than Raj.
Okay.
That's what my dad says. Okay.
Well, happy birthday, Ralphie, anyway.
Okay.
As for me, you can find me at Real Roger Nelson on all social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I actually slacked off the past 2 days on the TikTok daily motherfucker. But, you know, find that daily MF on the TikTok. I'll get back on it when I can. Follow the show on all social media at Fubar Weekly. And I think that's it. You got anything else to add, Nikole?
Can people submit daily motherfucker videos for you to feature?
You know what? If you guys want to take a little load off of me just doing the same thing over and over again, just email a short video to Real Roger Nelson, and I'll put your daily motherfucker up there if it has the standard that I expect of you. So
Okay.
make your motherfuckers good, and all you have to do is say motherfucker. That's it. You could say other stuff if you want. Just keep it short, but there's got to be a motherfucker. That's the requirement. It's got to be a motherfucker, and keep it classy because we're fucking classy.
Real MFA.
Motherfucker. Bugger. All right. That's all I got for tonight, kids. I appreciate you. Take care of yourselves. Next week, by the way, we're going to have Kyle Kunz from Crime Scene Cleaning and on YouTube, the channel Crime Scene Cleaning, and from Spalding Decon. He cleans up dead bodies and shit, and he's fucking funny.
I've been following him on Instagram for a minute.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice guy. I ran into him at Publix one day, and we were talking. Very nice guy.
Was he buying vinegar and bleach?
I don't know. I'm gonna talk to him. We'll square everything up for this.
Okay.
I don't know what he was buying. I actually didn't even look. I don't care.
Okay.
I just happen to, I'm walking behind him, and he's got the Spalding Decon shirt on. I kind of see his earring. I'm like, I gotta fart. I'm like, hey, Kyle. And he stopped. I'm like, man, I see you. I watch you on YouTube. You guys are awesome. Oh, thanks. And we would talk for a few minutes.
That's cool.
So he's gonna be on the show next week, and I'm excited about that. He's got a great sense of humor about. He deals with some shitty shit, so that he'll probably be in the studio for that.
Awesome. Good to know.
So that's it, kids. Love you. Don't forget to spay or neuter your children. Nikole.
Fubar out.